How would you describe where your business is headed now versus 6 months ago?
I don't know. I would say by the end of the year, we're going to be close to doubling our size based on the current trajectory as long as it stays this way.
I mean, we're talking $50 a day in ad spend too. It's not like we're...
No, not a ton. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, what, $1,500 a month? And I mean, we've more than 20x to that.
All right, how are we doing, guys? I'm Andrew with Kline Video, and I'm here with
Matt from Powder Masters.
And we're going to be talking about how his business has changed since working with Kline Video. Before we started working together, how are you finding new business?
I'd say really referrals from other customers.
Okay.
Asking them who they work with, fabricators, machine shops that they use, following up, cold calling. You know, it worked, but it was time intensive.
Was there a specific type of client or job you were trying to get more of but couldn't seem to crack?
Yeah, just trying to get in with more businesses, more B2B, heavy industrial, fabricators, OEM suppliers for the auto industry. Also trying to get more commercial contracts out of the auto industry too, so that my business doesn't fluctuate with them. Solar, medical, military, all along those lines.
And have you found that you've gotten a lot of those newer clients now since working with us?
Yes. Yep. We've dipped into quite a bit of architectural and military since then.
Before working with us, a lot of consumer jobs, smaller ticket jobs, not as consistent work because it was one-off stuff. Now you're looking at a little bit more consistency as far as larger jobs, more contracts.
Yeah, exactly. We had our large contracts, and we always have, but you know, only having a handful of them, it kind of hot and cold throughout the year. You know, we could be real busy for 3 or 4 months and then just kind of, you know, not necessarily slow, but, you know, definitely in a slump. But now it's just consistently, and I know it's still only like 2 quarters, but consistently been busy, and the amount of quoting that I'm doing and that's on the horizon.
What have you started to notice?
Quoting is a full-time job. It's nonstop, and it's not simple, easy quotes. It's a lot of large, big, complex. That would be number one, quality of the clientele, but the size of the clientele, the jobs are getting bigger. The customer, the demands, a lot more work.
Are you just getting more people in general saying, hey, I saw your ad?
A lot of people that are already customers.
Yeah.
Coming in, saying the ad looked great, complimenting me when they see me at a restaurant. I do get a lot of that. It's a little weird, but overall, everything's been extremely positive.
What has kind of changed for the business as a whole with these new kind of larger scale projects coming in?
So right now, aside from quoting, we are building out our afternoon shift. We are actively trying to hire 2 more right now. Build that out. Definitely busier. We are a little bit more selective in the work that we take now. You know, a lot of these jobs are very large, and we can't take the small stuff. We did have to implement a minimum, but we are still trying to keep up with our local customers that put us here. You know, I got started with even back in my garage 15 years ago.
You'd said that you almost wish that you had started earlier.
Yeah, I wish if I would have done these commercials years ago, it would have saved a lot of stress, a lot of problems.
Is there anything you feel like you can pursue now that felt out of reach before?
Jobs that might be like 7 figures, out of touch. We wouldn't have been able to do them. We can process stuff like that now. Massive jobs. We put the systems in place before we did the advertising, the ISO, the edit equipment, the scheduling, the software. It's a different animal now here.
How much do you think the benefit of not only someone seeing your ads so they know you exist, but also kind of getting that trust beforehand, where you feel like now when people reach out to you, you know, they already have that kind of idea of what you do. It's not like you're cold calling them and being like, hey, we do powder coating. You know?
One of the number one questions I get from new people is if that's me in the video.
Yeah.
For the people that don't know me, that are just getting to know Powder Masters, reaching out for their first quote or the first inquiry, that's the number one question I get. Yeah, the exposure that way has been great.
Yeah.
And people have a sense of like who they're dealing with just based on that.
Yeah, how important do you think it is that you, specifically being the owner, are in the ad?
I mean, I think it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's it helps connect people, builds trust,
How comfortable or uncomfortable were you being on camera to start? And I guess what did I do to maybe help you a little bit with that process so that you're comfortable with it and knowing that, you know, you get good results out of it?
Yeah, I don't want to say I was terrified, but I was not looking forward to it, didn't want to do it, but I don't want anybody else being the face of my company either.
Yeah.
So we just shut up and deal with it. And honestly, after, you know, how we did it and just the first minute of recording, it was easy. It was effortless. We're talking right here. We're just recording it over there.
Yeah, I remember that too. I felt like I remember it kind of being like shaky to start, but you settled in and then it was really comfortable. Yeah. I think that's how it goes for most people, and they just don't have the confidence going in, but it's just because it's new.
Yeah, I know a lot of people probably don't want to be on camera, but just get over it, put yourself out there, and
Yeah.
enjoy the rewards of it.
How would you describe where your business is headed now versus 6 months ago?
I don't know. I would say by the end of the year, we're going to be close to doubling our size based on the current trajectory as long as it stays this way.
I mean, we're talking $50 a day in ad spend too. It's not like we're
No,
Yeah,
no,
it's not-
not a ton. It's not that bad.
yeah.
Yeah, what, $1,500 a month? And I mean, we've more than 20x to that.
If another business owner was sitting where you were a few months ago before we started and not sure about working with Kline Video, what would you tell them?
No, I wish I would have done it 15 years ago. I mean, just to think of like, I know there was a time where I was spending maybe not $1,500 a month on Facebook, but definitely hundreds of dollars, but boosting posts, but
Yeah.
boosting it to all the wrong people in all the wrong ways. You know, knowing Facebook is not my job. I know powder coating. So to have somebody who knows how to target my ads, put me in front of the people I'm looking for, I mean, it's been life-changing here.